Vancouver leads 3-0 on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC. Chicago Blackhawks have a storied history, not necessarily a wonderful playoff history. Stan Mikita's been retired for 32 years, and he is still the Blackhawks playoff scoring leader. Scotty Bowman would like some of the charges he now helps out with to look after that, maybe Taves or Kane.
One thing Scotty's learned is you have to have patience, and right now this crowd is losing theirs.
It's an awful lot expected of a young team. I mean, people are picking Chicago to be a championship team, but there's 11 of their players that just got their first taste of the playoffs last season.
This is game 24 for the core players of the Chicago Blackhawks in playoff hockey.
You usually expect teams to have more experience than that before they're ready to win, but that's today's NHL. There's Mason Raymond. Nice pass to Alex Burrows, but he couldn't get to the shot. Kessler, Burrows, and Raymond in the attacking zone for Vancouver. Sammy Salo with them, takes a wrist shot, deflected up high and away from the net. Alex Edler held the puck in from Mason Raymond. Puck swept away from him by Brian Campbell, but Kessler got it back. Alex Edler, screen shot, deflected off a couple of sticks and wide. Nick Hjalmarsson gets the puck to center. Another good shift for this Kessler line. Salo missed the puck trying to swat at it. Brouwer to the net, and he can't control the puck. And Troy Brouwer still can't get one. Working again, throws the puck at the net, and it deflects off Luongo with Byfuglien just arriving on the scene. Another play.
Well, that's the kind of shift you need for the Blackhawks to try to create some momentum. And it's Brouwer, as you mentioned, frustrated at a lot of turns, but just does a nice job of staying with the puck. Gets around Salo, has an opportunity to take it to the net, but watch Roberto Luongo just calmly makes the play, and as the shot comes back, Luongo wisely deflect that up and over and allow his team to get a change.
Jonathan Taves' line comes out again. And again, they're head-to-head with the Sedins. I wonder how long Joel will stay with this line of Taves, Kane, and Brian Bickell.
I think you have to move Bickell fairly quickly. You run the risk of forcing Kane to get a little frustrated to get off his game. Bickell's got 16 games experience, 3 in the playoffs, and here's a penalty holding the stick again, and from bad to worse for the Blackhawks.
So Patrick Kane is going to get the penalty, and the Vancouver Canucks get their second power play of the game, already leading 3-0, and they've outshot the Blackhawks 20-19. That look says it all, doesn't it? Hockey Night in Canada continues from Chicago in a moment. Patrick Kane's in the penalty box. The Vancouver Canucks are on the power play for the second time.
Now, Jim, I mentioned earlier just the live and die by your skilled players, and Kane trying to create something there, get frustrated with Daniel Sedin on his back, and just that loose hand, a little bit of the tug on the stick.
Canucks on the power play. Henrik Sedin won another draw, and Daniel has the puck. Pavel Demitra trying to get open. He is now at the right point. Salo gets him the puck. Michael Samuelson's gone to the front of the net. Daniel. Salo doesn't have a look at the net. Passes off. Here's Daniel Sedin. He shoots. That hit the crowd in front of the net. Demitra was right down low, and he threw the puck back to Sammy Salo. Pass to Samuelsson. Quick shot, and Niemi made the save. Samuelsson gathers up the puck again to Salo and back. Henrik Sedin parked at the side of the net. Samuelsson stops up, looks towards the goal, passes it, tipped by Daniel, and kicked away by Antti Niemi, but the Canucks maintain possession. Salo shoots, missed the net. Rebound, Niemi stopped Henrik, and he hangs on, and the Blackhawks need that, because they need a change 49 seconds into the penalty.
Yeah, they got to get Brent Sopel off the ice. You talked about Barry Trott's admiration for Sopel's penalty-killing prowess. Well, here's why. As Don Cherry said earlier, you got to get your body in front. He got his body in his hand, and then down low, Niemi on the last 2 power plays by the Vancouver Canucks has been very sharp in allowing his team to stay in this game.
Canucks Wellwood won the face-off. Christian Ehrhoff takes a screen shot, deflected. Niemi's down. The puck is still loose. It's in the crease, and it's in the net. The net is off, but the referee is signaling that the puck is in the goal out of that scramble before the net came off. That'll be reviewed, no doubt, but it looks like Vancouver has a 4-0 lead.
No, Antti Niemi trying to find that puck through a crowd. It hit off the post and off his left skate, and Brent Seabrook was just a little bit slow trying to react to it. And credit Wellwood as you see so many times, the offensive player, look at Bernier doing an excellent job of screening. The puck goes off the post, off his pad, and right on the doorstep. What a job by Wellwood. Time and time again, you see the offensive-minded player just hunt puck. And look at how quickly he's in there, lifts the stick of Seabrook, and Seabrook just far too casual in such a key position. I think, Jim, he was trying at first not to bank it in off his goaltender and in, but a heads-up, aggressive play by Wellwood. Look at him, lift the stick, get on puck, and it's in the back of the net before, it looked like anyways, the net came up and off.
Yeah, I think that's certainly what Paul Dvorsky is checking out right now, but it looks like the puck gets across the goal line before the net comes off. This will be reviewed by hockey operations in Toronto, but that looks like a good goal.
It's just amazing to me when you watch the mindset of two players. The defensive player is thinking cautiously. He doesn't want to knock it in. And the offensive player, Wellwood, there will do anything to get in aggressively, and that's a good goal. But a heads-up play as Wellwood hunted that puck. And look at Joel Quenneville. You look at the stare and now trying to motivate his team on a night that's just been disastrous opening up at home.
Kyle Wellwood's first of the playoffs. He played pretty well in the Los Angeles series, and since the Olympic break, he's been an excellent two-way center for Vancouver. At 10:59 of the second period, on a power play, Vancouver makes it 4-0.
I think the players are almost in as much shock as this crowd, don't you think? I think Chicago came in with a mindset of they were rolling and feeling good about their game, and there's really been not much good about it yet.
There's Pat Kane stripped of the puck again. Kessler, Burrows, and Raymond. This line's been very good tonight. All Vancouver's players have. Determined group as Salo put the puck towards the net. Brian Campbell blocked it, and out to center. Taves just about got away but couldn't control the puck. Luongo, Kane read that and stopped the puck along the boards. Taves checked by Ryan Kessler. Bouncing puck tracked down by Brian Bickle. What a difference from the opening when this building was deafening. Now the silence is that. Hossa, Sharp with a shot. Luongo with the save. Thrown back at the net. Luongo again. Seabrook takes the shot that was blocked by Alex Edler. Out of his own zone comes Yannick Hansen. Rick Rippon and Michael Grabner with it. Rippon gets to the puck ahead of Duncan Keith. Grabner got the loose puck and put it up the boards. Taken away by Kopetsky. With Hossa and Sharp to center. Marian Hossa watched by Kevin Bieksa. Andrew Alberts with a nice play, and he's been steady. He gets into the lineup instead of Aaron Rome, who's healthy again. Puck is held in. Here's Duncan Keith. Passes back. Brent Sopel can't shoot, so he dumps the puck to the corner. Kopetsky against Alberts. Rippon had a chance to get the puck and couldn't. Now Grabner has it, and Vancouver gets out. Rippon at the end of his shift dumps the puck in. Duncan Keith with an outlet. Here's Dave Boland, a drop pass to Chris Versteeg. Ladd drives to the front of the net. In comes Sopel. Versteeg hangs on, turns forehand, takes the shot, deflected wide of the net. Dimitra chops at the puck and can't get it. Wellwood moved it ahead, and Bernier helped get the puck out of the line. Brent Sopel to Jordan Hendry. Andrew Ladd. And Chris Versteeg takes over. Wide on O'Brien, threw the puck at the side of the net and hit it. Andrew Ladd holds the puck in. Versteeg. Boland in support. To the blue line. Chalmerson shot. That was blocked by Pavel Dimitra. Dave Boland, his teammates are changing, and he holds the puck in. Versteeg can't get it. Now Chicago needs to finish a change, and here comes Kyle Wellwood. Leading a 3-on-2. Bernier to Dimitra, and Chalmerson just tipped that enough so Dimitra couldn't get the puck. Bernier with a shot that's blocked, and Edler's back, and Pat Kane's right on it.
Nothing like a goal to give you energy. I mean, Kyle Wellwood just flying up the ice there.
Brian Campbell with a shot that deflected wide of the net. Now Troy Brouwer has come out here with Taves and Kane, and Brouwer shoots, and he hit the post. Still hasn't got a point in this series. Luongo makes another save on a shot by Seabrook. Jonathan Taves. Campbell down the boards to join him. Kane comes up with a puck. Salo goes after him and tracks him down, but he cycled back for Troy Brouwer. His pass into the middle. Seabrook shot, and Luongo stopped him. One of the best shifts of the game for this line of Jonathan Toews. Patrick Kane now joined by Troy Brouwer, is no stranger to this line. The change is on, and Bickell comes on for Brouwer, and he gets the puck in front of the Sedins, who are trapped in their own zone.
And Sammy Salo without a stick there. One of the forwards has got to give him a stick. Now Samuelsson goes to, but the puck's cleared.
Henrik got the puck out. Vancouver needs a change. Niemi got crossed up with Brent Seabrook. Alex Burrows comes in and gets the puck. He tripped against Brian Bickell. Duncan Keith fished the puck out of the crowd. Kessler's right on him. Up the middle to John Madden. The exit to Alberts, and the Canucks turn the Hawks back. Alberts with a long pass to Ryan Kessler against Brent Seabrook at center. Dustin Byfuglien across the ice for John Madden. Bieksa steps in front of him and takes the puck. And Vancouver successfully breaks out of its own zone. Kessler wants to start a change, so he got the puck in deep, but he was on his own side of center. And now he and his line mates won't be able to change. They were in the middle of it when he iced the puck.
Jim, I mentioned before, I thought for Joel Quenneville, he's got to make the change. Brouwer's in a great position there, the quick release, and Roberto Luongo, good positioning, got some help, and then the defense jumping up once again. But another big save by Roberto, and that body language on number one is looking pretty solid and pretty confident right now.
Ever since the start of Game 5 against Los Angeles, he looked like a different goaltender.
Don't you think in that third period of Game 4, even a couple of the breakaway chance Frolov with the game on the line, and then the team coming back in the third period like they've done so well. He looked like a different man.
Everything's sticking to him.
At the other end, it's Niemi's MO. I mean, it's sink or swim with him. He's allowed 3+ goals in 5 of 7 games now, and 2 shutouts.
Here's a 2-on-1. Rick Rippon to Grabner. He scores! Michael Grabner gives Vancouver a 5-0 lead. And for Grabner, that's his first National Hockey League playoff goal.
And don't you think it's indicative of the intensity level of the Vancouver Canucks compared to the Chicago Blackhawks? Body language says it all. The body on the boards. Nice job of Hansen keeping it up. Look at the speed down the side by Rippon. Great patience. And like so many players who would go by the net, Grabner, watch his positioning here. Reads the play. Makes sure he stays on. Goes hard to the net, but watch. Stops. Stick on the ice in the back of the net. Great execution. And great intensity by the Vancouver Canucks to take a 5-0 lead.
That line doesn't play a lot, Grabner, Rippon, and Hansen, but they combine for a goal, and man, do they have speed. That's one of the differences between Vancouver this season and this series against Chicago and last. I think they're quicker.
And they're deeper, Jim. I mean, if I'm Alain Vigneault, I've got a completely different arsenal at my fingertips than he did last year. He can win the matchup game on the road. He can continue to push his lines and force his opponent coach to make the adjustment. I just don't think he had that depth last year.
And he trusts his depth, so he'll not worry about having that line caught on the ice in a bad matchup occasionally, because they can usually get themselves out of trouble. Here's Jonathan Toews. The Hawk captain tried to cut for the net, lost the puck.
I'm surprised he didn't just continue on right through and bowl over Roberto Luongo right there.
Yeah, he's barely been touched, has he?
He had the opportunity, and I know that would be on the top of my mind if I were him.
Well, who saw this coming? 5-0 Vancouver. 3 second period goals. Henrik Sedin, Wellwood, and now Michael Grabner on Hockey Night in Canada. Superstition is part of the game. You don't change a winning lineup usually.
Well, especially when you have a chance to get not only a little bit healthier, but a little bit more in shape. There's one thing when you're off with a leg injury or a foot injury, it's just such a long road back because you're not able to skate at the level you have to.
Top lines are out against each other again. Toews has Kane and Brouwer with him again for the second shift. They're out against the Sedin line for Vancouver. Brent Seabrook with a shot knocked down before it got to the net. There's Daniel Sedin in a race with Brent Seabrook, who got to the puck first, and Vancouver is charged with icing. Madhouse has turned to Sadhouse tonight with 1:53 to go in the second period and a 5-0 lead for the visitors in game 1. Kopecky came on the Vancouver icing call, and he got the draw, but Henrik Sedin has the puck. Daniel takes the shot, and Niemi made the save. And those are tired Sedins who managed that rush.
Jim, you always have a little energy when you got an offensive chance. Just that little boost.
There's Marian Hossa.